one chance. You got one job. Go to kaplancycles.com/raffle, and you could win the Kaplan America CR500.
Ripper.
What'd you do to it?
Gave it the wizard tune. Cob work was a secret.
2002 CR500, 20 years later, 22. Pretty evenly matched, folks. I'd say the first one was a tie, and then Carl had the edge on the second too, correct?
I made enough mistakes. If I can do things a little better, I should be able to win.
Both had to let off. They were both wheeling.
Well, folks, was that 3 out of 4?
I don't know, dude.
Who won that one? I'd say the last one. I think you had me by an inch. To be fair, on the dyno, all the 500 CRs we tested have about 20% more torque. But this new 450 is supposedly putting down 60 rear wheel horse on the top end. It really pulls. We're gonna put it on the dyno. We're gonna find out the truth. So far, the dyno king we had was the 60 horsepower CR500 two-stroke. But this is a really awesome machine. The 450. It is obviously. All computer controlled. As long as it doesn't break, it's a great bike. Nice and torquey, smooth. The CR500, light, powerful, easy to work on, a lifetime solution. That's a one bike solution. One bike will last you a lifetime if you take care of it. But so I got to give the nod to the CR. Not surprised you went pretty much tied for the 500 shootout this year, if there was a tie. You won 2, I won 2. Then I think we went 2, 3 or whatever. I have to watch the video again, but that bike's fast. You got it dialed. And you rode the 450 today too. Can you give me your comments on the your thoughts on the the drag race?
Well, it's definitely got some motor, but the couple times I've ridden a 450, I'm not jealous of not owning one, because I feel like my two-stroke is really could do anything that I can do with my skill, this bike can do. So it's really up to me. There's no easy answer to how to go faster on the track. You have to ride more and train more. So I don't think this bike's any disadvantage, even 20 years old, at all. It's
Amen.
just the rider.
And I know that the 2022 AF with the MX Tech shock that AJ just built, if that's set up for your weight and riding style, I think that would be on a sand track like Southwick, it'd be magic.
Yeah.
I know Junior's chomping at the bit to ride one of those in the NESC Championship Series. So guys, stay tuned. Full dyno reports coming on the 450. We just got to switch it. We wanted to break it in. It's fully broken in now. We've ridden it several times, a few different days. It's running great. We're going to find out what she's putting to the ground. We already know Carl's bike's a ripper. That thing's proven. Thanks for watching. And as always, God bless America.
It's going to take a while to get the motor and the jetting and the just everything really dialed in so that the bike runs really smooth and nice. I mean, I've got my bike in a really good spot, but I feel lucky. It seems to take a while to get there. So when you if you were to buy a brand new AF, you expect, I think, to spend the next season getting used to playing with the jetting,
Gearing,
and the gearing so it'll work for you, your suspension,
bars, seat.
Yeah, just get
tires.
things to where you really like it, because I think it's a work in progress, and because it's not a factory bike, you're starting a little behind. You have to tie everything together so it works really well together.
For you, I mean, you're an expert level. You had an AMA Pro card. You've done well in Supercross, Arena Cross, Motocross. You've won NESC championships in the expert class, vet class. So your riding level, the way your bike is set up with the steeper steering angle, the longer swing arm, works for you. But let's say a novice or amateur vet rider may not like it. It might be too stiff. Like Carl said, you got to set it up for you, and you got to work with a company like Factory Connection. And that stands for the 450 too, please. The 4-strokes also. You got to set up the suspension for you. You got to set up the ergonomics for you. I'm 6'2", 220 pounds. I'm more of built like a wrestler than I am a motocross rider. So I need stiffer suspension. We were talking to Coppersmith the other day, and he told me that with Junior and my height, just because we're so tall, 6'2", that he goes up one spring rate for his 180-pound weight. Because at 6'2", he compared to a 5'6", 180-pound stocky guy who's right here. Junior's back here, and the leverage causes a spring. So the spring he has in his shock is too soft because of his height, not his weight. So those are things to consider.
His center of gravity's higher.
And Honda knows this is true because look at the handlebars on this. There's two.
Yeah.
There's two spots to put your bars. You can go an inch farther forward. They do that for a reason, folks.
Right.
And there's a reason why there's companies that make pegs, like custom pegs, like the pegs on Carl's bike, that you can have order them lower. Like Juniors are lower and farther back. Huge difference. Huge difference. Set your bike up. Probably the most important thing, not more horsepower on a 500 or 450. Stock 500 is fine. Set it up. Carl hit the nail on the head.
Fueling. Get your carburation perfect, and the whole bike becomes an extension of your throttle hand. When it's sluggish or you've got a dead spot for any reason, the bike becomes so much more hard to ride.
And it's easy to do. You got a main jet and a pilot jet and a clip. Study up on YouTube. There's lots of great videos. It's very easy to change a jet. You can do a jetting change in 15 minutes if you practice. You can go from a 172 to a 178 to a 180. And the temperature changes that a little bit. Do your homework, set it up right, and have a lot of fun. The 2-strokes are bulletproof and proven. The 4-strokes, we'll see how they hang in there 20 years from now, and if you can get parts for them.
With a 2-stroke, if you're running race gas, run the same gas all the time. Same gas, same oil, so you can just eliminate that variable. I've got friends that they look up some jetting spec, get their bike jetted, then they're running half pump gas, half some race gas out of a pump somewhere, and their bike runs terrible.
You never know what you're getting out of the pump. You want to use VP out of a can if you can.
Yeah, and maybe as that gas gets older, the pump gas starts to go funny. So even your older mix that's a month old isn't the same. So guys, get your fuel the same so that you don't have to.
That's another valid point. And one other thing that Carl and I are huge fans of, and so is in Junior. No matter how good your bike is, it's 80% rider. It's 80% rider if you have two guys that one's a better rider than the other one. But if you get guys that are the same skill set, a better bike is going to help you. But it's not just a better bike; it's you, the nut twisting the throttle. Okay, you have to go to if you haven't been to motocross school, like Keith Johnson's Motocross Academy. Keith Johnson won the 50cc Loretta Lynch Championship. One of his students, Coquinos, won the schoolboy class. They've got a whole bunch of people at top 10. We go to that school also. I've been racing for 40 plus years, 45 years, since I was 10 years old. Junior's been going to motocross school since he's 4. Sign up for a motocross school. If you can go to the Canning Speed Establishment at Southwick every Wednesday night, if you're in the Northeast, that's the best thing you could do. Going to school and set your bike up. You don't need a pipe. You don't need a bigger carb. You don't need more horsepower. You need to get your bike set up and jetted right with the right fuel, fresh tires, get your brakes and your suspension done. You don't need to change bikes every year and get the bold new graphics. Listen, Hughes proved it. Rhino proved it last week. He got a third on a 1988 CR500 against the highest level pro riders.
86?
86. Was it 86?
Break in the back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just remarkable on a 37-year-old bike. You don't need a new bike. You need to set up your bike for you and learn how to ride. Eat right, exercise, get up early, train a little bit, lose 10 pounds. That's better than putting a pipe on your bike. Get in shape and send it and enjoy it. It's all part of the journey. Mark your progress, set some goals.
And have fun. Always try and get better, and don't treat every time you're on the track like you're trying to set fast laps. Try to learn as you're going. Try to put the bike exactly where you want it to. And with more control comes more speed. So if you're looking for speed, don't go looking for speed directly. Look for control, and then speed will come after that.
Amen.
Right, Kenny?
Amen. That's a fact. So enjoy the journey. Set a goal. Ride your bike every day for 90 days. If you got a bike, even if it's for 10 minutes around the yard, ride the bike every day. Sometimes you got to go slow to go fast. I heard John Dowd say that before. You got to master going slow to go fast, and speed will come.
If you're always going as fast as you can go, you can't try any new techniques. You can't try to do things a little differently. You need to just take a little bit off. Try to copy maybe something you've seen, but like you said, go to the Chris Canning School. You know, with Keith Johnson there, those guys are learning a lot. My friend's son, Seamus Sullivan, has been going to that school. The kid flies. He's as old as my bike, and he beats me now. You know?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And as far as don't ride faster than your angels can fly. Don't drink and ride. Wear the right gear when you're riding, and you can be like Carl and I. I'm 56 years old. I've been riding since I was 11, and I still love it. There's nothing I'd rather do than ride my dirt bike. And don't ride over your head and hurt yourself. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it for that $10 plastic trophy.
Now, enjoy every day you can spend out here with your friends and you know, doing what you love. Here in New England, we just lost a guy, Peter Collins. You know, 58 years old. He was racing the vet class. One of our best buddies. Just lost him to a heart attack. So enjoy every moment at the track. These are your friends. This is your moto family. Just be thankful that you've got that. I am.
And grateful we live in a country where we're still free to ride bikes. You know, in the UK, I guess the police show up if you ride a bike there in private property. A lot of areas it's become illegal to ride. Let's thank God that we still can ride and we live in the United States of America. Hope your country is free too to ride. Thank you for watching, and God bless America.